I have no idea what this game is. Town of Light is based on real events, places, and research concerning mental illness and the life of patients in lunatic asylums from the beginning of the 20th century until their closure. It contains stories which may be disturbing. The characters and names are fictitious, and any reference to people, living or dead, is purely coincidental. This game uses an artistic interpretation of a former Italian psychiatric institution for dramatic purposes. Please note that mental health services have radically improved around the world. If you think you may have psychological problems, please speak to a local doctor or specialist. Okay.
What's happened? What is this place? Maybe I'm dead. I can't see any light. Maybe I am dead. I can't get up. What's going on? What's happening to me? There's no one here, but these noises. God, my head is killing me. I can't keep my eyes open.
Reality fades away and my skin is gone. Every breath of wind is excruciatingly painful. Interesting. I need to turn down my ring light. I'm blind. Soup. Inspired by real events. Volterra, Tuscany, 2016. Hi, Ern. How are you? I am doing all right. I don't want to work today, but that's nothing new. I'm hoping the riots in the capital won't affect my job. Yeah, I know when during the election there were places in like Delaware and stuff that were closed off for campaign routes. Can I run in this game? Oh. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I can run. Okay. But yeah, there were closures of roads and stuff which can affect everything. Oh. Oh, it's dark. Okay, good. Yeah, it's definitely obnoxious. There's a fantastic sound delay where, like, I'll stop walking, except the steps will still be coming, or I'll start walking and there won't be any steps. This game was like $2 though, so I don't have high expectations. I know, and it has an interesting concept. Or at least the description was interesting, so we'll see if it actually ends up being interesting. But it's like a girl was in a mental institute and she came back to like get secrets or something. I don't remember exactly. It was interesting enough for me to bother buying it, so. There was nothing in there for me. Oh, I could have left the whole time. Fantastic. The music is here. Why do you need more space? I like the music too, but I can't hear myself think. It needs to go down just a little. Actually, what am I doing? Is it okay on your end? Is the music too loud or is it alright? Okay. Oops. Okay. We're gonna... I don't like that it just stops. Options. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Wasn't I just in this building? Or is it just a similar building? Yeah, I was just in this building.
This place. Time. Memory.
I have to pet Soup every once in a while, otherwise he'll move. My controller just vibrated. Okay. Psychiatric Hospital, Administrative File Amar, June 15th, 1937, November 8th, 1942. Interesting. Wow, this flashlight does about Dick Diddley, don't it? Francesca Agostoni. Let's see. Widow. Dementia. Interesting. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I won't be streaming for long just because I have to work today. But since I didn't stream yesterday, I figured I might as well. We really do.
My memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remembered that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence. Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me. But back then, I was too afraid to understand it. The only thing I remember clearly is Charlotte, my doll.
Irene E.K., 26 years old. The woman is in a great state of agitation. She curses her 3-year-old daughter for having ruined her life. She wanted to take us away, that damned kid. She wanted to kill us. She's the devil, I tell you. She's the devil herself. She destroyed my ability to give life. She left her sister in silence. Silence is scary. The mother explains that her husband, Erich K., worried about her daughter, called a doctor who noticed the state of the woman and the potential danger to her daughter, urgently initiated the procedure for admission. The woman was admitted to observation in the single room, not because she was dangerous, but in her view of but in view of her social class, it seemed the most appropriate choice. The mother has provided a generous donation to this institution in order to find more suitable accommodations for her daughter. I think I need to turn up the brightness a little. There we go.
No, she's freezing. She's alone. Let's look for her.
Okay. I guess we have to look for Charlotte. Although apparently we're an adult now, so I don't know why she thinks this way, but that's fine. I don't really care that much. I don't know if this doll is still gonna be here. We're not gonna go on the stairs yet. I don't want to do that yet. There's no power. The master switch is near the calm women ward.
Let's search the wards on the upper floor. There's a plan on the wall which shows their location.
Okay, sounds good. Except I'm not done looking around here, so... Don't tell me what to do, crazy lady. Okay. Now I'm ready to go upstairs. Interesting. Oh. Okie dokie. Master switch is near the calm women ward. I didn't see that on here. Oh, okay. Map upper floor. Stairs, surgery, surgical ward, gynecology, radiology, semi-agitated ward, surgeries, inpatients, eye clinic, laundry, patient storeroom, nurse's room 2. Okay. Patient transfer document, psychiatric hospital transfer, name. Let's see. So somebody died. Lots of people died here, I'm certain. Oh. That's a surgical table. Oh. Interesting. I'm assuming that's a memory. Okay. This machine is... Why can't I play with it? That's funny. Anyway. I wonder if I should go turn on the power first. Let me see if I can turn on the power first. Oh, the music started again. Oh. Oh, I found Charlotte. I don't want to touch Charlotte yet. Oh, it's locked. That one's locked. Charlotte's in there. I'm not going in there yet. Interesting. This cat just conked out.
Renee doesn't want to abandon her.
Okay. We have to get Charlotte before we can move on. That's fine. That's more stairs. And that's another continuation.
Let's find Charlotte. She's alone. She's alone in the dark.
Okay, fine. We'll get Charlotte, gee. I don't know what all that's about.
Mummy took good care of Charlotte. She tucked her in, hugged her, gave her cuddles and kisses. She was very affectionate and loving. Nothing bad happened to Charlotte. That surprised me. I didn't understand. At first, I was quite scared. I was afraid that she wanted to hurt me. I lived in constant fear that Mom would abandon her.
Interesting.
Because I didn't deserve to live. I didn't deserve to be loved.
Shh, shh, shh. You're okay, you're okay.
It's cold and it's dark. Look, she's cold. She'll get ill. We can take care of her. Nobody can stop us.
Okay.
Charlotte is a good girl.
Okay, Renee. I can't take these keys. Can I put the doll away? Okay, no, I just have to stare at it the whole time. That's fine. Fantastic. Is there anything new in my diary? Oh, memories.
Mummy took good
Oh,
care
okay.
of Charlotte. She tucked her in.
That's just if I want to rewatch them. Sounds good. Okay. So what now?
He doesn't want to. Not Charlotte.
So do I leave now?
Charlotte is cold. Let's take her somewhere warm.
Oh, I guess we're taking her outside. I don't like that I can't have my flashlight out.
Sure, it's stays warm in the sun, but it gets cold in the evening, and that's not good for Charlotte.
Where do I take her then? Do I have to go further up? Let's see.
He doesn't want to. No. In the Town of Light, he doesn't want to.
I don't understand. Where do I take the doll? Hello? I don't know where to take the doll. Okay. Should I take her back to that building I was in before?
I saw a wheelchair on the ground floor. It's comfortable there, and we can put Charlotte somewhere warm.
Oh, okay. A wheelchair, huh? Okay. Let's find the wheelchair then. I can't see anything. It would help if I could put on my flashlight. Oh, there it is.
Charlotte will be comfy here. But it's cold. No, it's cold. Don't shiver, Charlotte. The cold will go away. It'll go away.
Okay.
Charlotte is cold. Let's take her somewhere warm.
I don't know where somewhere warm is.
We must find some warm lights. Let's go to the surgical ward.
Ah. Surgical ward.
Let's take Charlotte to the surgical ward. The lights will warm her up.
Okay, just have to figure out where that is. Upstairs. Okay. Those lights do dick all, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, so I'm near the surgical ward. Nope. Okay, I hate this mechanic. I would just much rather carry the doll again. I can't see anything. I don't know where I am. Okay. Figure out where the hell I'm going. Okay.
The cold has gone away now. You see? The light. The warmth. We can do it. The cold will go away. It has to. Now we can enter the ward where everything started.
Okay.
It all began in the observation
Ward on the ground floor. Okay. Where are the stairs? Observation. Oh. Oh dear. Don't like that. Good. Fantastic. Oh, it's getting darker. We love that. Oh, good. We love this for us. Okay. Ugh. I don't like this optic illusion nonsense. Oh my gosh, okay.
One day I turned off the light, but it didn't go dark.
Oh.
It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light. I was 16 years old, and I was afraid. Always afraid. A fear that wore me down. I needed help, but I couldn't speak.
Interesting.
I was terrified of everything, even thinking. They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist.
Man, that sucks. Oh. Titties. That's gonna get me TOS stroke.
She was my only hope in this hell. I was descending down among the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
Aw. Interesting. You know, I'm real glad I brought a flashlight with me. Oh, it's nighttime now. Fantastic. These places are always better at night.
From the outside.
Well,
Here,
what the
the
fuck?
doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
The fuck? Alrighty. It is dark as dicks. That helps a little. Oh my god. I can't see in here at all. Is there light? No. Of course not. Is this outside? I really can't tell. Oh, this is outside. Well, whatever that was, I heard it. Okie dokie. Charlotte? No, give her back. A bath?
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack, and I would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, sick, dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renee obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light.
Ugh.
I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside, and they wanted to drag it out of me.
Oh, man. That's real shitty. And I mean, like, that's sort of the reality of what these places were like back then, you know? Because there was no real, like, justice system, and these people were crazy in the eyes of the general public. So what did it matter if somebody got their rocks off on them? Makes me want to fucking punch everything. You know, I am really glad that there was, like, a warning at the beginning of this game. I think it should have been a little bit more detailed, because that can be something like that can be a huge trigger for some people. I'm, you know, like, me personally, I'm okay, but I can't imagine. But if you know anything about the American, and not even just the American, but, like, ancient psychiatric systems, you already knew that that was like a possibility of something they would end up talking about, particularly for someone who went there as a 16-year-old girl. Mr. Director, this letter presents you to the present letter is to recommend to your precious attention Mrs. Irene K., admitted in your institute last 12th of April. sure of your special attention to the unfortunate woman, our dear friend. I beg you to provide her every need. The family will satisfy every expense. For any concerns, please contact... Yeah, unless you had money, you weren't treated well, which is exactly how these things worked back then, and still now. You know, there are some psychiatric wards that, like, end up... It's easier to get justice for these people now and get people in trouble for doing things like that, but particularly for nonverbal people, or people who have delusions of any sort. Good luck getting justice, you know, and that's shitty. Let it just be like that. This was probably not a great idea to start my day with, but that's fine. Everything's fine. Did I already look at that? Yeah, I looked at that one already. Where do I go now, Renee? Okay. I'll read that note in just a second. Dear Director, I've been working at this institute now for 5 years. I'm a simple person, I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing you. I always try to look on the bright side, but sometimes we're called upon to do difficult things. That's our duty, and I well understand and accept it. There's no alternative. However, I've decided to write you because there's something happening which is simply unacceptable. I'm well aware that there's someone among us who devotes too much attention to the younger female patients who are confused. The serious nature of this fact has compelled me to write you. I'm certain of your indignation and of the measures you will adopt to solve this problem. Please accept my warmest regards and respect. So that's probably the girl who's there. The nurse. Very likely. Okay. Hey. Just a fair warning if you're planning on staying. This game has some graphic nature in it, because it's about a psychiatric ward from like the 1940s or something like that, 1930s. So just a fair warning.
He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him. But other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him.
I guess some would consider it a horror game. It's not really a horror game necessarily, more like it's like a psychological sort of game. Basically, you're a girl who, when she was 16, who was like mental illness, who when she was 16 was placed in a psychiatric ward. But again, this is like the 1920s and 30s, so and so things weren't great.
But he couldn't bind himself to me. I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul. And the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't bear my own weight. Mom found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me, and that I didn't understand. The police arrived, and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
I know this game was like $2 to $5, so it's pretty good for something that was so inexpensive. Oh, I was just in here. It's going up this hall. No, it's going the other way on it.
She stayed with Renee during those terrible medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive. They went to the gynecology ward on the upper floor.
Gynecology is 4, which is over here. Okay.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renee T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse.
Yeah.
Then they said that Renee was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renee. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said.
Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I'm writing? I note down what I observe in you, everything I see. He didn't hate Renee. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
Yeah, that makes sense. Charlotte is still here. Let's see.
The doctor who wrote things down was in Surgery C.
I see. And Surgery C is probably in the surgeries ward, so I have to go there first. I wish I could run. It's kind of annoying that I can't. Surgical ward. Not much of a ward, is it? Gynecological. I keep looking at these words, but they're in Italian, so I have to like hover over them to get real translations. And radiology, I guess. Ah, okay. A, B, and then C. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I kind of want to know what that says, but I'm not willing to Google it because I'm lazy.
March 12th, 1938. Renee T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother a seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
Let's see.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, of course you've wondered. Will you help me to understand? To escape this dazzling light inside me that stops me from seeing?
Whoops.
She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety, psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me." Why are you here?
I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name. March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake.
Oh.
April 21st. She's more awake this morning and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there. She says that one day, many years earlier, she was with a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then. She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas, unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal, reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
Interesting. So I have to be careful with what I say, otherwise I miss out on certain clues. I think the calm women's ward was on the first floor. I'm probably going to play until about 8:30, so I have a little bit, about half an hour left. Yeah, this is the calm women's ward, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens.
The grounds at the back of the hospital, and then down to the kitchens? Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be on the bottom floor, but I could be wrong. Okay, so this is the front of the hospital, I think. So I guess I have to go back upstairs? Okay. Huh. It's gotta be on the bottom floor. Oh yeah, I have to go through the observation area, don't I? There was a path that led to outside doors. I just have to remember which way it is. I wish the music would come back. Aha, is this it? This is the door I just tried. I don't know. I don't understand. Oh, 14, grounds/park. 13. Aha. Okay. I see it now. Aha. Okay. I just missed it.
This is the road we used to take. If it weren't for her, in the grounds on that bench in spring, so many days. It was an escape, watching nature around us as she talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food and ran back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that's as consensual as it can be.
Let's look for Amara in the kitchens in the basement of the building, behind the greenhouse. She wasn't in the system. He wouldn't let her in.
Interesting.
That's it. She must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why.
I guess.
Nature helped me to forget, to escape from the system.
I don't actually know which way the kitchens are. Behind the greenhouse, huh? Is there a map out here for me to look at? Probably not. It's fine, I'll just wander around out here. This wasn't our bench, I see. Oh, I guess down would make sense. They'd been building before it was...
Scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
Okay.
He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time. Prince Charming doesn't exist, Renee. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him. Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me, all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up. I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner.
Man. Okay, apparently that's not the door I'm going in. It's fine. This is the greenhouse. Oh, great. What the hell?
Come on. Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
Now, why do we think she's here?
Keep looking. We mustn't give up.
I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure.
My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed. By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her? Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later. He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned.
Interesting. At the end, I'm going to have to listen to all these in order.
Where could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her, quickly. We can't stay in here too long. They'll find us. When they found us... Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly.
Okay. That, I can't tell if that's rust or blood, but, you know, what do I know?
Adele, that little girl has been standing motionless in front of the kitchen door for hours. Poor thing, I gave her some candy. She ate it without a word and remained motionless. I don't think she's very well. We used to see her now and again, but now she's always there. I'm going. The doctor's not here. He's coming this afternoon. Try and speak to him.
Oops.
Poor thing. Lost in her dreams. She was only a little girl. But nobody gave her a cuddle. They punished her instead. They said she was sick and her dreams were troubling her. They weren't even hers anymore. I need her. But we will find her. We'll find her, won't we? When the water in the shower was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renee, under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
Oh no. Okay. 2. Okay, spin the thing, pull the thing, whatever that is. Or does that say to close it? Oh, close it, okay. Okay. Pull the lever, and whatever that is. Oh, press the power. I don't know where the power box is. Oh. That must be the furnace.
We have to turn the water on in the showers and switch the boiler on. All the plumbing systems were in the kitchen area.
Okay. Oh, I turned on the boiler. I don't necessarily understand. Okay. Well, that is all I have time for today. I have to go get ready for work. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I may end up streaming again tomorrow if I can find the time, because I kind of want to see where this is going. But if I can't, then I'm probably going to do it on Monday or Tuesday. So thanks for stopping by. Love you, and I'll see you next time.